I am going to show you how to create this simple yet effective KPI card in Power BI. In this KPI card, we are showing month-to-date sales or year-to-date sales dynamically, and it's showing year-over-year growth or month-over-month growth, and also the previous month-to-date or previous year-to-date. So let me show you how you can create this. And towards the end of the video, I'm going to show you a DAX loophole where 95% of you guys will make mistake. So let's start the video. So here we are, we have a sales table and the date table, which is connected on the date. And then we have created a key measures table where we have this total sales measure called sum of sales. So in this video, we are going to show the month to date and year to date sales. So let's create measures for that. Right click, new measure. Let's create for month to date first. So sales MTD, and this will be calculate total sales date MTD, and we'll pass the date column from the date table and close the bracket. This is a simple measure. Next, we'll click on this new measure again and we'll calculate the sales PMTD measure, that is previous month to date measure. And here we'll calculate total sales. We'll use date add function and pass the date column, and number of intervals will say -1 and month and close the bracket. So this will give the sales month to date. Next, let's calculate the sale MoM. So this will be just the divide sales MTD minus sales PMTD divide by sales PMTD and close the bracket. This will give us the sales month over month. So similarly, we'll create for sales YTD, calculate total sales dates YTD and pass the date column here. Next, create a new measure again and say sales PYTD, and this will be calculate total sales same period last year and date columns from the date table and close the bracket. So this should give us the previous year to date sales. Next, create a new measure again, and this will be sales year. This will be just again divide sales YTD minus PYTD divided by PYTD, close the bracket, and this is the measure for sales year over year. So let's go to the model view and let's arrange these measures. So this MOM, MTD and PMTD are basically MTD measures. So let's create a folder for MTD, and this PYTD, YoY, YTD, these are measures for YTD, and this is a generic base measure, so that's fine. Next, we will have to show the MTD and YTD dynamically, so the measures should change. So for that, we'll have to create the MTD and YTD values in a separate table. For that, let's click on enter data, and let's name this table as time frame, and the column name can also be time frame, and we'll say MTD, YTD, and load the table. So our table time frame is getting created and two rows are loaded. So if I go to the table view and show the time frame table, you will see this MTD and YTD values. So according to this time frame values, YTD and MTD, we're going to switch the measures. So for that, we're going to create another 3 measures. So let's create a new measure and let's say sales selected. Let's create variable first for TF, and this will be selected value of the time frame column. So this time frame, close the bracket, and let's return, and let's write switch function here and use this time frame. If the selected value of the time frame is MTD, in that case let's show the sales MTD measure, and if the selected value is YTD, in that case let's show sales YTD measure, close a bracket. Okay, so if I add this, so let's what to do, let's take the slicer visual here and add the time frame column here, which will give YTD and MTD. So it has two values, MTD and YTD. Next, let's take a card visual, and inside this card visual, let's take a selected measure that we have created, and it's showing dash dash because nothing is selected in the time frame. If I select YTD, it's going to give the YTD. If I select MTD, is going to give the sales. So we are going to format this sales selected as currency with 0 decimal places. So you can show like this and make this time frame slicer as single select. This can be one solution. Else, what you can do is we can click on this sales selected what we have created, and in the selected value, what we can do is we can add an alternate result, that is YTD or MTD, whatever you want to show if the time frame slicer is unselected. So if I do this, it will always show YTD by default, and if I select MTD, it will show the MTD value, YTD, it will show the YTD value. Okay, next we have created sales selected. Similarly, we'll have to create the previous, so sales previous, and the sales previous will be, let's copy this and add the same here. If the selected value is MTD, let's show PMTD, and instead of YTD, let's show PYTD. Next, we'll have to create this similarly for percentage change. So click on new measure again, and this will be again the MTD selected, it will be MoM. If YTD is selected, it will be YoY. Let's go to the model view again and arrange these measures. So this sales percentage change, sales previous, and sales selected. So let's name this as selected measure or selected. So also we can create a conditional formatting for the sales percentage change. So let's create another simple measure called CF, or we can say sales CF. So we'll just write switch function and pass the true expression, and we'll compare this percentage change measure. If it is greater than 0, then give us green comma and shift alt down to copy this again. And if it is less than 0, let's show red color. If it is equals to 0, then in that case show gray color, close the bracket, and this is our conditional formatting measure. Okay, next what we can do is let's select this, and here we have sales selected, so let's make it just sales, and let's open the format pane. Let's do some formatting. So first of all, we'll go to the size and style and turn off the background. Nothing happened, that's fine. Let's go to the multi-card layout and turn off the background from here. Next, we'll go to the cards, and in the cards, so currently the shape is rounded rectangle and the corner radius is 4. If you want, we can make it 10. Next, so this is card, it's fine. Next, we can increase the darkness of the border, so we can choose something like this. Divider can be turned off, background is fine, white, and accent bar, we can choose a blue color like this and increase the width to 4 and change the position to top. Next, this is done. Next, come to the call out, and in the call out section, this label we can increase the size to 14, and we can change the position to top instead of bottom. Next, we can go to the reference labels, and in the reference labels we can add the label as the percentage first. So we need to add the sales percentage change. So let's drag it here in the add label section, and it's showing something like this. So let's click on the sales percentage change and make the formatting as percentage, and this should be 1 decimal place. So we have added this. Now we don't want this title, so we can turn it off. Next, we have details. So we'll have to add something like this versus previous year to date and this value. So for that, what we can do is we can turn on the detail, and inside the detail we don't see the option to add data here. So this is grayed out because we have not selected any label. So here you can see we'll have to select the label to sales percentage change, and now this detail will be enabled. Here we can add the sales previous measure. So it will show something like 8M, 8 million. Change the color to black and change the background color to white. Okay. Next, we don't want this background. So for that, what we can do is we can go to the reference labels layout, and inside this layout, we can turn off the background. Next, we want this previous month to date or year to date measure to be showing something like versus previous month to date or previous year to date, and then value in the bracket. So for that, we'll have to change the sales previous measure. So how are we going to change this is, instead of return, we are going to say variable. So this is for percentage, and in the end we are going to return, and we're gonna say versus p, close the inverted comma, and then add ampersand to concatenate. So we need versus p, YTD or MTD. So we'll have to add this time frame. So we'll add this variable tf, add ampersand for concatenation, and then now versus PYTD or MTD, and now we want the bracket. So we'll space first and then open the bracket, close the inverted comma, and then add ampersand again. And here we want to show the percentage value, again add ampersand and close the bracket. So this is what we want to show. So if you see here, it's showing versus PYTD 82005540. So it's just showing the value without any formatting. So we'll have to format this here. So add format function, and inside this add the formatting. So we want it to be as dollar, and then we'll have to give the thousand separator and close the inverted comma and close the bracket and enter. So this will show something like this, which is what we want. Next, we'll close everything, collapse all categories, and we'll go to the call out values again, and inside this we'll apply settings to sales, and we'll go to the value section, and inside this, in the display units, we'll say none. So it's showing something like this. Next, we'll have to color this number to red or green. So we have created a CF measure for this. So for this one, we'll have to go to the reference labels, and inside the reference labels, we'll go to the value, and inside this value, we see this color click on F6 and choose the format style as field value. And here we can search for CF. Click on the CF and click on OK. So this will be color coded now. Since this year to date value is less than this previous year to date, it's showing minus 81.2%, which is in red. So the last formatting change what we're going to do is we're going to check the padding. So search for padding, and this is multi-card padding, which is fine. This card padding will have to click on individual padding, and here let's make 20 and this 20. Next we'll check the reference label padding, which is uniformly to 12. So we're going to say 0 here so that it decreases the distance between them. So this is how we have created this KPI card. Now the most important thing is validation. So now we're going to validate and we'll show you a DAX loophole where you're going to fall. So let's add a slicer here. Let's collapse everything. Let's add the slicer from the date table on this date column. So it will show you all the dates. That is from 1st Jan 2024 to 15th March. So we have these date ranges. Next, we don't want to filter this card value from this. So go to format, edit interaction, and turn off this and this as well. Next, we are going to add a cart for validation. So here we are going to just simply show the total sales measure, which is showing 15 million. So we'll go to call out and we'll select the total sales from here. And in the value section, we'll change the display units to none so that we see the exact value. And it's not showing the separator. So in the display units, you can also go to custom, and in the format code you can write #0 so that it is separated by 1000 separators. Next, let's first validate the month to date measure. So in the month to date, it's showing 485945. So for month to date, dates will be from 1st March 2026 to 15th March 2026. So we'll choose the date from here, the 1st March to 15th March. So if I check this value 485945, which is matching the sales MTD value. Now the problem is here, if you see this value, it's showing 14 million, and this is the previous month, which is wrong. Why? For this March 2026, the PMTD will be the February 2026. So if I choose that from 1st Feb to 28th Feb, the PMTD should have been 546242, this value. But why it is not? Because if you see the MTD measured in this sales PMTD, we are showing calculate total sales, and we have added this date minus 1 month. This is the problem. So this date will give all the dates. It is not giving any month to date context. Let me take you to the DAX query view, and here if I run this, you will see it is showing all the dates, even if we had added for minus 1 month. So we'll have to understand what this data function does. So it will basically take all the dates and shift by 1 month. It will ignore the current month, that is, it will ignore the March, and it will give all the dates from 1st Jan 2024 till 28th Feb 2026. I can show you that if I do order by date DESC and run this, we'll see it's showing till 28th Feb 2026. And if I remove this descending, it will show 1st Jan 2024. So this is not the date what we wanted. We want the date from 1st Feb to 28th Feb 2026. So for that, we'll have to give the date context, that is dates MTD, and this close the bracket. So if we run this, you'll see it's taking the dates from 1st Feb 2026. If we do DESC till 28th Feb 2026. So this is what we have to give in the PYTD and PMTD measure. So in this PMTD, let's replace with this. So we'll have to add this. So if I add this dates MTD date, so you're giving the date range, and then it is going 1 month back. So now if you see, this value is matching this 546242 and this 546242. We'll have to do the same thing for PYTD. Inside this, we'll have to add the context for dates YTD and close the bracket. Now this KPI card is correct. If you need my help and want to connect one-on-one with me, you can book a call on TopMate. And if you want to buy Power BI reports along with dataset and BRD document, you can check out the products I have here. I have provided the links in the description. See you there. These are the books that I highly recommend buying that can take your Power BI skills to the next level. These 3 books can cover almost all the aspects of Power BI, from DAX to Power Query to the overall Power BI dashboarding. You can find the link of these books in the description. Check them out if you want to level up faster. This is how we create this kind of KPI card, dynamically showing the MTD and YTD values and comparing the previous YTD and previous MTD values in this way. So I hope you like this video. If you like this video, do not forget to subscribe my channel. Till then, goodbye and thanks for watching.